Hello everyone, myself Kashish Agrawal, and today I am going to tell you about section 101 of BNS 2023, which deals with offence of murder. There are two essentials of murder which are also essential of crime, that is actus reus, which is guilty action, and mens rea, which is guilty mind. The term mentioned is actually culpable homicide, which means killing of a person. So, culpable homicide amounts to murder when act is done with intention of causing death. Second, act done with intention of causing of such bodily injury as offender knows to be likely to cause death of a person to whom harm is caused. Thirdly, act done with intention of causing such bodily injury to any person and bodily injury is sufficient in ordinary course of nature to cause death. Fourthly, act which is imminently dangerous that it must in all probability cause death or such bodily injury as is likely to cause death by a person committing the act. There are certain illustrations for this. For example, for the first subsection we took, the example is A shoots Z with intention of killing him and Z dies in consequence. So here A has committed the offence of murder. For the second one, example is A knowingly that Z is laboring under such a disease that a blow is likely to cause his death, strikes him with the intention of causing bodily injury. Z dies in consequence of the blow. A is guilty of murder. For the third one, A intentionally gives Z a sword cut or club wound sufficient to cause death of a man in the ordinary course of nature. Z dies in the consequence, and here A is guilty of murder. For the fourth one, A without any excuse fires a loaded cannon into a crowd of persons and kills one of them. A is guilty of murder, although he may not have had a premeditated design to kill any particular individual. There are also certain exceptions to the crime of murder, which are: first, offender deprived of power of self-control by grave and sudden provocation causes death of a person who gave provocation or causes death of any other person by mistake or accident. There are certain key points to this, that provocation should not be voluntarily sought by the offender, like he should not say something which might instigate the other person to commit any crime. Secondly, anything done in obedience to law or by public servant in lawful exercise of power. For example, suppose if any policeman comes to arrest you and you are provocated by that thing, then this may not be fair if you attack him, and you might say that it is a sudden and grave provocation. He is performing his lawful duty. And third key point to this is lawful exercise of right to private defense. If you are going to hurt someone and he attacks you for his private defense, then you may also not take the exception of sudden and grave provocation. The second exception to the offence of murder is offender in exercise of good faith of right of private defense of property or of person exceeds the power given to him by law without any ill intention. Thirdly, without any planning or premeditation in sudden fight in heat of passion, like you are walking in a group and someone suddenly instigates you and you start to fight and kill someone accidentally. There is no intention here, so you will not be liable for murder. And fourth and the last exception to the crime of murder is person whose death is caused being above age of 18 years suffers death or takes risk of death with his own consent. So here I hope you all are clear with this topic. Thank you.